remarkably generous honorees. And the coolest thing that I get to do every year, pretty much, is introduce you to this year's cool person. No one's ever done this job better than Jon Kilik, and it's not surprising at all. It's what Jon does. He's produced some of my favorite movies in the last 30 years. You mad at me yet? 35 years, including Do the Right Thing, to now the Hunger Games series. And I want to say something about that before I turn things over to Jon. If you've seen the Hunger Games movies, and I know most of you have, or the movie, two, right? Katniss is a certain way about the challenges she faces. She intends to win. As it happens, so far, I won't give anything away. She does win. Not every Katniss wins. But that's the only difference. So, from my point of view, Jon, I said this to Jon on Friday. To some extent, Jon is telling Kristen's story, and the story of all the other people like Kristen who are fighting that battle. And, you know, Kristen liked Do the Right Thing enough that one of her nicknames among her friends was K-Love. Because I think she wanted, in part of her heart, she wanted to be Flavor Flav. But, and without Jon Kilik, that wouldn't have happened. So, but there's a lot of good things in the world that wouldn't happen, including tonight, which will be, by far, our most successful economic night that we've ever had. Thank you, Jon.
Well, thanks for that goes to all of you. I just ring the bell, and everybody answers the call. Everybody who's here answers the call, and I really appreciate it, and we all do. And everybody who's not here who sends their regards, and I know how much it means to them that we're all here supporting. One of the beautiful things about this night, and I've enjoyed coming here for many years, important, very important cause, dear to my heart, and these people on the stage are family to me. And one of the great things about it is that it's very casual, loose. A lot of people who have never been here before call me and say, well, what do we do? Do we wear a tuxedo? And then it's a big thing, and speeches, and it's none of that, so I'm not going to bore you. I did jot a couple things down on a card just to remember, because just want to take a minute and thank everybody. But not get too formal, because that's the beauty of this night. So I just want to also say that, you know, I appreciate what Dave's talking about with getting movies made, but this has been the hardest thing I've ever done. I had this off to the Empire Events team and Karen and Evan and Paul. I'd call at 2 in the morning and they'd still be there. I'd call at 7 in the morning, they'd still be there. I'd call the pages in the program, the journal. And even after it went to press, they would stop the press and fix it and make it perfect. And I hope you all get a chance to see it. And it'll include a lot of people who, again, wanted to be here but couldn't. But very special thanks to the team. Lastly, sorry. I'm going to be fast, I promise.
It's okay, we don't cut you
And of course, Michael and Allie. And Michael and, is this on? It's on. Sorry, Michael and Allie, Barbara, Dave, and Sasha, Jon, and the whole Jon Landau management team. And I just have to tell a quick funny story about that. In 1975, in the summer, I grew up in New Jersey, came in on the train by myself. I wanted to go to the bottom line and catch a show at the bottom line. That was sold out, of course. So I got in early, And I walked through Washington Square Park, took the path, got to the corner of 4th and Mercer, and there was a little bit of a line. I waited and saw some people I knew from down the shore and other shows, and waited, and I got in. I was maybe the 10th person, and I walked in. I was all by myself. Walked in, and if you ever been there, bottom line is there's a bar to the right, and then the seats, and then the stage to your left. So I walked down the little aisle area, and all the standing room folks who got the tickets that day were supposed to stand at the bar in the back. A little table in the middle with one empty seat, and that table said Landau on it. And I asked if it's okay, and one of you guys said yes. And I sat there at the Landau table in August of 1975 and really enjoyed that. And thank you for saving the seat. 39 years ago. So that's just, it all ties together. And the band is the tie that binds us all together. It's the music and the spirit of the music and what's behind the music. Thank you, Roy, for being here. And also, those who are not here, Danny, Jason, thanks so much for being here. Danny and I are very close, as you know. And cancer, again. And just, we're all here to help do what we can. You know, I'm a movie producer. And on the set, everybody thinks that it's the most important thing in the world. And, you know, a lot of pressure, a lot of money, everybody's working hard. And once in a while, somebody stops you and says, you know, it's just a movie. You're not curing cancer. And that's sort of the thing that puts it all in perspective. Well, all of you are. You're all helping, you're all doing something, and you're all a really big part of changing this and making sure that the reason we're here doesn't have to happen. And keep the good work going. There's a newspaper thing back there that I just had blown up. It was in the New York Times a couple days ago, and it's about giving and how important it is and how important how good it makes you feel. So all of you will take this off. I'm going to dedicate this to Karen and everybody. I want to sign it to you.
Oh, no.
It's all about the hardworking people who are in fundraising. And we just, again, want to support you and do that for you. And then lastly, I really want to thank my friends and family who are here tonight, especially Mark and Cindy Landis, who wrote a beautiful letter that's in the journal honoring their daughter Connor, and that's one of the reasons why I'm here tonight. Connor was 10 years old and brought Mark and Cindy and Connor's older sister Brittany to a show in Atlanta, and they got to spend some time with Barbara and Dave and share their story. And just here to honor Mark and Cindy and Brittany and Connor. Thank you for being here. And Danny, I love you. Congratulations on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I know how much that meant to Danny because he bitch about not being in there all the time. What is with these people? So Danny, that's happening. Congratulations. And John Sykes, wherever you are, thanks for pushing me to push harder to make this work out great. Bruce, I know you wish you could be here. Again, the guy's a giver. He's always there to help and appreciate all of that. And the friendship means a lot, and all the great causes, especially this one. And know how much you wanted to be here, but being a dad is number one. So he's with his daughter, and we carry on, and that's about it. Let's just, we got to keep the light burning. So